Hi everyone, we're going to state the number of positive real zeros, negative real zeros, and imaginary zeros for each function using Descartes' rule of signs. His rule of signs basically gives us the reals, and then we can infer the imaginaries given that. So let's start with the reals. We want to find the positive reals. So if we do the positive reals, let me write this real quick. Positive real zeros. Basically what you're doing is you're looking at the coefficients of the function. So the number of changes in sign of the coefficient of terms. So basically, for example, if I plug in a 1 in all of these, you're going to get 3, 1, -3, 7, and 5. Now, if you look at the sign changes, it doesn't change here. It does change here from 1 to -3. From -3 to 7, it does change. And then from 7 to 5, they're both positive, so that's not a sign change. So we have two positive sign changes. So according to Descartes' rule of signs, that means we have two positive reals or less than this number by an even number. So we could have 0. Now for the negatives, you almost do the same thing, except what we're going to check is f of -1. And what's that's going to do is change these ones with the odd power. You plug in -1. You plug in -1 to an even power, it still stays the same. So it's going to be 3, and then -1, -3, and then -7 and 5. So let's look at that. It does change here. These don't change. But from -7 to 5, it changes. So for the negative reals, we're going to have 2 and then or less than this number by an even number. So then or 0. So now we can infer the imaginary zeros. So let's look at that. If we have 2 positives and 2 negative reals, that means we have 0 imaginary, because this is to the 4th power, and you only can have 4. If we have 1 0 or 0 positive reals but 2 negatives, that's going to give me 2 imaginaries. And also if we have a 0 negative but 2 positives, that's still going to be 2 imaginaries. Now what if we have 0 reals and 0 negatives? Then that would give you 4. All right, because we can have a total up to 4. So that's kind of how you look at it to get the imaginaries. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.